I love Nerf blasters, I love dinosaurs. Let's talk about the Nerf Dinosquad Rex Rampage. What you need to know about this blaster is this is a Nerf Strife dressed as a Tyrannosaurus Rex. If that gets you excited, stop this video immediately, run out and buy one, and live your life in Tyrannosaurus Rex Strife bliss. If that doesn't excite you, then, well, maybe stick around for a little bit longer and see what this is about. When you open up this blaster, what you get with it is just a bunch of darts, and then you also get the 10-round mag that comes with this. If you're curious, no, this doesn't attach. I'm trying to really pry this out as much as I can, and you can see here that this just isn't coming out. It is attached. It is part of the blaster. Like it or not, you have a Tyrannosaurus Rex with a sight on it. Much like the other Dinosquad Blasters, the Blast, as well as the Stego Smash, the Rex Rampage comes with incredible detail on this one. If you take a look really close here, you can just see how well they've modeled the skin on the dinosaur, and it also gives it this very techno vibe to it, just with the very aggressive angles and cuts with the rest of the blaster itself. And if you can't tell here at the end, this is a T-Rex tooth. It just makes the whole blaster come together from front to end. It is all dinosaur and a lot of fun. Looking at the mechanism here for the blaster itself, you have the rev trigger right here. This is the main trigger, and then this is the release for the magazine. This is one thing I don't necessarily like about more modern Nerf blasters lately, is that they have the release here right next to the trigger. It's not very comfortable. I miss the old Strife that lets you use the middle finger for the rev as well as the mag release. Even on the Fortnite SMGE, which was a more recent Strife reskin, it does have this middle finger release, which I feel is just a lot better. On the other side of the blaster here, you do have the jam door that will clear any sort of stuck darts there, and then you also have the 4 AA battery compartments. Other than that, it looks the same on both sides there. Try not to hit myself with a dinosaur tooth. The interesting choice here with the Rex Rampage is that the stock of the blaster has some dart storage. I mean, that just looks really nice. What we normally see, though, is another magazine attachment spot for faster reloads, because other than that, you have to take out your magazine and then you have to individually take out each dart. This feature is a little better than nothing. However, just having a little bit of a spot for another mag to kind of slot in would have been really nice. But now that we have a few darts over this, I think it's time to see how fast this goes. I have a chronograph. We can measure the speeds of these things now. This is exciting. As you saw, it hits about 79 feet a second, which is fairly standard. There's nothing really wrong with that performance. We just know that there are some blasters out there now that hit a little harder. And we know some blasters out there in the future, specifically with Nerf Hyper, might be going even faster yet. With the extra you do pay for the styling of the blaster, you would hope that there would be a little extra performance, but again, hard to complain with standard. I think this bears repeating again if you missed the Blast review, is that I really love these blasters. The whole toy quality to them, the whole ability to take itself not maybe too seriously, but yet have the performance to back up a standard type of blaster we're accustomed to, is phenomenal. And if we go back to the Dinobots references, this guy kind of looks like Grimlock a little bit, so we have Snarl and Slag, which I think we're just missing Swoop. And then we have the full Dinobots lineup, maybe. If we can get a pterodactyl blaster at some point, that would be amazing. So that way we can have our Nerf Dinobot squad that is slightly related to Dinobots, but not quite. I mean, they look pretty close, so that's what I'm calling them. This is the most expensive blaster of the bunch, mostly because it has the electronic Nerf Strife internals with it that always cost a little bit more compared to some of the spring-powered blasters. If I could snap my fingers and make any changes to this blaster, I would love one simple change, and the fact that there would be some LEDs behind the eyes, so when you rev the trigger, it glows. I think that would be incredible. I think that would be so much fun, and it would just add to the toy quality of the blaster itself. This beast right here is going to sit in a very proud spot in my collection. I love everything about the Dinosquad line. I hope they make more of these. Is there a lot of interest in the Dinosquad line? I hope so. If you are a performance nerfer, that makes this a little bit of a tricky recommendation. And the reason I say that is because, well, you're getting standard performance, and we are now clearly in an era where we can get a little better than standard performance. So if performance nerfing is your thing, maybe the Rex Rampage isn't for you unless you like to get in there and make a few little tweaks and modifications. But when you line these up next to all three of the other blasters, you gotta respect the whole Dino Squad in its entire glory. There's no shame in my love of the Dino Squad game. If we are able to get into Nerf battles this summer and there are just stock performance games, I am definitely going to bring my Rex Rampage because this is probably the most fun Strife-like blaster that I have, and you don't have to worry about things like attaching a stock to it or putting a barrel on it because, well, it's already kind of baked in and there's really nothing you can do about it. The 10-round magazine is a little small for this blaster, however, that's easily fixable with something like the 18-round stick mags. I do believe the 35-round drums could fit in this, however, I haven't tested that as of this moment. So that's really the conclusion. If you are a collector, get this blaster. If you are a performance nerfer, think about it a little bit and decide whether or not you want to have a really awesome stock performance Nerf blaster that does essentially the same thing as a Strife you likely already have. If you have a favorite blaster from the Dinosquad line, I want to know which one it is. So if you would kindly leave a comment in the section below, that would be amazing, and I would love to hear your thoughts as to what the best one is. And of course, if you want to, please subscribe to the channel here and get some notifications as to when I post new videos. I've also been posting some YouTube shorts that are some of the greatest hits from TikTok, so you can catch them here as well, maybe if you hadn't catch them the first time. So that's it! That's everything I think about the Rex Rampage and everything that I have to tell you. Cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and we'll see you next time.